Hey y'all, how's it going? I'm ChosenEyes, professional psychic medium who also happens to be a doctor. Here on a mission to train the next generation of unlikely healers, and every Friday I offer something called a Friday Fluck Up, trying my best to humanize this thing that we call expert culture. And this week's Fluck Up on my part was, I should have stayed asleep. Did you all know that sleep deprivation is a form of torture? Did you also know that when you sleep, you give your body and your brain an opportunity to do two things, among others? One, gives your brain an opportunity to assimilate all the information that you brought in for the day, while also simultaneously helping to regenerate parts of the brain. Two, it gives your hormones an opportunity to balance out, chill out, and to tell your organs they can kind of go into like this thing that allows them to not have to work as hard. So it's a form of rest not only for your waking state, but just everything throughout your body, right? Well, when you don't sleep, those things don't get to happen, right? Those processes kind of have to stay on very loudly. Some of the things that happen when we're sleep deprived that we don't realize is that we get more thirsty, right? We crave sugary snacks. We're not realizing that what we really are asking for are fattier foods, because healthy fats actually help the brain. But we tend to take that sweet taste because we've been conditioned to do so, and we think that that means sugar. So we tend to do what? Grab chips, grab cake, grab cookies, grab pies, grab sugary drinks. And while we get very momentary burst of energy from very empty calories when we do that, what we really should be snacking on are healthier fats like almonds, if you're able to eat nuts. If you're not, avocados, which unfortunately I'm allergic to. Olives are a really great treat. Hummus, things like that, right? So where did I fluck up? I flucked up because I stayed up. I did drink water, proud of myself in that regard. But when my body was giving me every signal that it needed me to rest, I didn't. Which then sent me into a spiral in some other ways physiologically, which then made my brain mush during a period where I needed to be on and actually be able to advocate in a way that was pretty important. Now, I was able to still navigate the situation, but I wasn't at my best. And it was because I didn't listen to the parts of me that said rest. I listened to my inner overachiever that needs to be in a bit of retirement right now, that's supposed to be retired, right? So I ask you, when's the last time that you should have just stayed asleep or just rested and you allowed yourself to kind of wander and linger? Why is it that we have a tendency to do that? Sometimes we feel the need to be needed, or we're addicted to the need of being needed and awake. Sometimes we have that fight or flight, overstimulated type of sense, right? If you've got any form of PTSD, trauma, anxiety disorders, those are some of the reasons why people tend to fight the sensation to rest, because it doesn't feel safe. So I'll submit to you, maybe you don't feel safe about something. And if so, maybe you need to figure out why. It's a great time to get some counseling or talk to somebody or journal, right? Hash it out within yourself. But ask yourself, should you stay asleep? And if so, why didn't you? What does it mean for you to rest? Is rest a safe thing for you? Do you have a safe history around what it means to rest? Or is it something that's kind of haphazard and not entirely something that you can trust? I'll admit, there are definitely moments where I've not trusted the rest process because, well, things needed to get done. One of my nicknames from my husband for me is the General. I have a tendency to be a person who wants to win the war and then I'll rest. And I've had to systematically learn over the years that ain't helping. So I offer that to you as well. Even though it's different, even though it may not feel safe, even though it may feel strange, and even though it may feel counterintuitive and counterproductive, since we are in productivity culture, it's still important that you allow yourself to rest. Even if it's to sit down, close your eyes, do some deep breathing, not be overstimulated by outside stimuli. So turning off a TV, turning off music. I know I'm a music lover too, but turning off music, turn off your phone, all the things, right? Unplug from the world for a little bit and give the gift of silence. It shows your brain and your body so much love when you do. I hope this was helpful. Check in with yourself. Have a wonderful weekend. Keep your gazes forward.